My siblings, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, took part in the television series Full House. I went to school with a person with the name Elizabeth, which has a sister with the name Raquel. My aunt Jennifer Aniston played Rachel in Friends. She is the sister of my mom Elizabeth. So when Elizabeth, which I went to school with, has a daughter with the name Sarah, it makes me think that this is supposed to represent Sarah Jessica Parker. Because you have Mary-Kate and Ashley, which took part in Full House. You have Jennifer Aniston, which took part in Friends. And then you have Sarah Jessica Parker, which took part in Sex in the City. It all goes together. So how do I think Sarah Jessica Parker is connected to my family? It looks like Sarah Jessica Parker has the head shape of Kristin Størmer Steira, which is my cousin. But according to the age of Sarah Jessica Parker, she cannot be my cousin. So then she is probably my aunt. It seems like they have the same eye color, the same eyebrows, the same nose, the same teeth. However, the official sister of Kristin Størmer Steira seems to have the same nose as Kristin Størmer Steira, therefore she might have gotten this nose from her mom and not her dad, which is my biological uncle. So, since Elizabeth has a daughter with the name Sarah, and Sarah Jessica Parker is supposed to represent this daughter, then I probably have a grandmother with the name Elizabeth on my father's side as well, since Sarah Jessica Parker is a aunt on my father's side. But is Sarah Jessica Parker also connected to my mother's side? Since her mom is connected to my father's side, that will make her father connected to my mother's side. The height of Sarah Jessica Parker is 159 centimeters. So then this would have to be the height of the brother of my grandmother or something like that, because this is probably not the height of any of my grandparents on my father's side. And I have said that I think that I am in family with Sarah Paulson. And I still think that because I had an earlier friend with the name Marina with a daughter with the name Sarah. The daughter of my earlier friend Marina has dark hair, while the daughter of my earlier classmate Elizabeth has light blonde hair. And that is according to the hair color of Sarah Paulson and Sarah Jessica Parker. And I said that I think that Sarah Paulson is my sister. However, then my grandfather Elvis Presley would have been approximately 20 years when he got my mother, and my mother would have been approximately 20 years when she got Sarah Paulson. However, I heard someone at the gym saying that she has a 5-year younger sister, and I got a feeling that this was a message to me. And Sarah Paulson is 5 years younger than Jennifer Aniston, but Sarah Jessica Parker is 4 years older than Jennifer Aniston. Therefore, this confirms the fact that Sarah Jessica Parker should be connected to my father's side, while Sarah Paulson should be connected to my mother's side, because it is strange to have two people with the same name at that same family side. And since this lady at the gym has a sister which is 5 years younger, and Sarah Paulson is 5 years younger than Jennifer Aniston, Sarah Paulson is probably my aunt and not my sister. And it makes sense that when I have an aunt with the name Sarah on my father's side, that I also have an aunt with the name Sarah on my mother's side instead of a sister. So what I meant to say is that it is strange to have two people with the name Sarah, which is aunts, on that same side. And since my earlier friend Marina with the daughter Sarah has this name Marina, it makes me think that the name of my grandmother is Mary Elizabeth, because Mary is also the name of Kris Jenner, which is assumed to be one of the children of my grandmother. In addition, my sister Mary-Kate has the name Mary. According to the look of Sarah Paulson, she should probably also be connected to my father's side. But it would be strange to have two aunts with the name Sarah on my father's side. Therefore, Sarah Paulson is probably a cousin on my father's side. The age of her relatives on my mother and father's side is probably accordingly. I have a non-biological uncle with the name Tom. Based on a media picture, I am pretty sure that this is supposed to represent Tom Cruise. Therefore, I think that Tom Cruise is my biological uncle. His actual name is Thomas Cruise. I went to school with two people with the name Thomas. One of them had a little brother with the name Morten. The other one had a little sister with the name Helene. I think that the name Helene is supposed to represent my name Madeleine. Morten is supposed to represent my brother Geir Morten. While the name Thomas is probably a combination of the name Katrine, TH, the initial O, the initial M, and AS as in Ashley and Jonskås. And that makes Thomas the sibling of Helene and Thomas the sibling of Morten. In addition, my earlier classmate Thomas is older than Helene, and Tom Cruise is older than Madeleine. And my earlier classmate Thomas is older than Morten, and Thomas Cruise is older than Geir Morten, my brother. Thomas Curry with the nickname Tom Curry is connecting Tom Cruise to Carrey Bradshaw, which is the character of Sarah Jessica Parker. South Park and Jurassic Park is similar to the name of Sarah Jessica Parker. And that makes me think that the character Kenny in South Park is supposed to represent my non-biological brother Kenneth. I had a person in my class with the name Connie, which is similar to the name Carrey Bradshaw. Jim Carrey has a name which is similar to the name Carrey Bradshaw, and Jim Carrey has the height of 188 centimeters, which is the height from the mother's side to my brother's. Therefore, I think that Jim Carrey is the uncle or the half-brother of my half-brothers. Something which is confirming this theory is that I had a person in my class with the name Jim. In addition, Jim Carrey has been very visible in my private surroundings. For instance, my non-biological uncle Per has said that Jim Carrey looks like my non-biological brother. My non-biological brother does not look like Jim Carrey, but maybe this is a sign that my non-biological brother is in family with my brothers and Jim Carrey. My non-biological uncle Tom has the name Tom Christian and not just Tom. And that makes this name even more similar to the name of Tom Cruise. My non-biological uncle Tom Christian writes his name with the CH. In addition, both Sarah Jessica Parker and Sarah Paulson have a P as the first letter in their last name. Another thing connecting my uncle Tom Cruise to my aunt Sarah Jessica Parker is Tom and Jerry, as the character of Sarah Jessica Parker is Carrey Bradshaw. In addition, you have the ice cream Ben and Jerry's. I think that the ice cream Ben and Jerry's is describing the connection between Ben Fogle and Jim Carrey, because Ben Fogle has the look from the biological mother side of my brothers, while Jim Carrey has the height from the biological mother side of my brothers.